Spain just announced it's closing its airspace to US military planes involved in potential operations against Iran. It's a bold move from a NATO ally that hosts thousands of American military personnel. But does it actually matter? First, let's establish what we're dealing with. Spain hosts two major US military installations. Naval Station Rota in Cadiz houses over 6,000 personnel and 5 guided missile destroyers. It's also a significant aircraft support hub. Then there's Moron Air Base near Seville, home to US Air Force units and frequently used for rapid deployment forces. These aren't small operations, they're critical nodes in America's European military infrastructure. So when Spain announces an airspace closure for planes involved in Iran operations, it raises immediate questions. The most obvious one is geographical. Looking at a map, US bases in Europe don't naturally route through Spanish airspace to reach Iran. The geography simply doesn't make sense for that flight path. Many observers suggest this raises doubts about whether the closure is a practical military measure or primarily a diplomatic statement of displeasure. Then there's the enforcement question. If a US military plane did violate the closure, what happens next? The community discussing this issue acknowledges significant uncertainty about enforcement mechanisms. Would Spain actually attempt to intercept or down an American aircraft? That's an unanswered practical question that cuts to the heart of how this policy would actually work in practice. The bigger picture involves Spain's legal position regarding the US military presence on its soil. The mechanisms for Spain to completely eject American forces from bases on Spanish territory remain unclear. But some believe that if Spain could successfully and legally do this, it might encourage other countries to take similar actions. That's speculation, not established fact, but it points to why this matters beyond the immediate airspace issue. What we're really seeing is a NATO ally publicly drawing a line. Whether that line has teeth is another matter entirely. Spain isn't threatening to close the bases. They're not ordering American forces to leave. They're making a targeted statement about one specific type of operation. It's symbolic politics with real diplomatic weight, even if the practical military impact remains questionable. This is a story about the gap between diplomatic gestures and military reality. Spain has sent a message, but the practical consequences remain to be seen. What do you think Spain should do if a US plane actually violates this closure?